Alright, so we're going to be changing the windshield wiper transmission on a Tesla Model S. This is a 2014, and you can tell that it's bad. You could tell that it's bad because the wearing right here and right here, so it's hitting the hood. If your Tesla is hitting the underside of your hood, it means that the windshield wiper transmission is either loose or bad. These bolts are not loose, so that tells me that this one is bad and it needs to be replaced. Here's a replacement. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull this up. You just grab it and pull. It comes up. Slide it to one side, pull it out, set it out your way. Usually you can set it down in here, but I'm being lazy and I'm going to sit in this nice comfortable seat because it's the first vehicle I've had that you could actually do this in. Alright, now that you've got that out of the way, you're going to pop these little caps up right here and pull them out. They're really easy, don't break them. Just take a little screwdriver, you stick it in the edge, pop, comes right up, just like that. Real nice and easy. Alright, once you've got that off, you're going to go ahead and pull this out. All you got to do is pull it over top of this. You don't have to take it off or anything, just pull it off. It comes right off. And that'll open up all this so you've got more room. And you just, there's one more pop rivet right here that you're going to have to get. Whoever stuck this one back in there, put it in just the right place to make it a pain in the ass to get it back out. Alright, now that you get that out, and lift that up above this. Now I'm going to have to remove these windshield wipers. Best to do this with an 11/16. Second. Right. Now you're going to remove your windshield wipers. Alright, so you've got a bolt here. I'm just doing this. You've got a bolt right back there. And then you've got a bolt right here that you're going to have to take out. And then this transmission will come out. And then once the transmission comes out, you'll have to get that plug. And you should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera because this is not really something you're going to be able to see me do anyways. And I'll get back with you. Alright, Now that I've got all the bolts in the transmission loose, I need to remove the bolts on these. So you got two 13s there, a 13 back up underneath here, and I think these might be 12s or 10s. I don't know. I'll have to get those out. Okay, so there is a 10mm bolt on the top of the coolant reservoir that attaches to the bottom of this strut bar. If you don't have a ratcheting 10mm, honestly, I wouldn't even try it. Okay. All right, I went ahead and stuck the new motor in there. It wasn't hard. You just have to pull this all the way this way. And then when you slide the motor in, you're gonna go in this way and then twist it up and then go underneath this bar and then slide it back into place. I already put 2 screws in it, fairly easy. If you got it, do not drop a bolt into the engine bay of this thing. You will not get it back. That's in. Now I gotta put this bar back in, and yeah, this should be fairly straightforward and simple. I'm just gonna slide it underneath your new transmission for your windshield wipers. Put 1 bolt in it just to start it off, just to make it a little bit easier. Then I'm gonna take a 10mm transmission bolt. I'll slide this over into place so it lines up with the transmission. Just get it started, just so it's in there. And then you're going to need the bolt for the back of this thing. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. It is. Pull this up into place. Stick that in there. Just get it started nice and loose. Just so you want to try and get all your bolts in nice and loose so everything's lined up. So when you start tightening stuff up, it's not an issue. You don't want to put everything in, crank it down, and then you can't get bolts to line up. So this kind of just stops that from being able to happen. So that's pretty much it. I mean, you're gonna slide this back into place. Put your bolts back into that. This little piece of shit bolt down here, I'm probably gonna, I'll put it back, but any other car, I would have left it out. Weight reduction, race car. So I'll get back to you when I've got all these bolts tightened up, and we'll go from there. Pull the hood down a little bit. So now what I did is I went ahead and I turned the windshield wipers on after I got it all installed. I turned the windshield wipers on, and then I turned them off. And then I set the windshield wipers onto the motor after I cycled the motor a couple times. So that way I know it's in the off position in its head. So now you're just gonna line your windshield wipers up with the lines where they're supposed to be, which you can see on the windshield because there's this little heating element for your windshield so they don't ice up. So go ahead and pull that hood down a little bit. So now we're just going to go ahead and tighten this all up. Okay. Now before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and have my beautiful little assistant turn on the windshield wipers for me. Don't forget to hit the brake, because it had me screwed up for a second because I didn't hit the brake to start the car basically, and the windshield wipers weren't working. Kind of had me going what the heck for a minute. So now those are installed. I just got to put this plate and this plate back, and we'll be good to go.
Little SpongeBob. And them have a candy one. That's why you always want to wear your seatbelt right when you get on. So they had the seatbelt behind the back. This is fast. They go like
Fast.
Do you know who invented the Tesla? Him. Nikola Tesla.
Fucking damn it.
Nikola Tesla invented the Tesla.
Oh yeah?